Tiktaalik. They're an old type of fish. They're the reason animals with backbones exist. Between the land and the sea, they're the ones that cross this bridge. They're the reason for our wrists, lungs, neck, and limbs. Let's start with the wrists. Really helped this fish. It helped it get out of the water. It just led to a whole new switch. It also helped us. We have the ability to grab and lift. We wouldn't be able to do that much if our arms were just stiff. Let's go to the neck. It helped the species look for prey. It helped them avoid predators and survive from day to day. And for us, the function remains the same, but we don't have predators, but I think it's better this way. Now to the limbs. Us humans have arms and fish have fins. It helps fish steer and move in water. It basically helps them swim. With the skill, they can avoid dangers and find food. It helps them avoid being eaten. They won't have to get chewed. Our arms help us reach and grab and pick things up. It allowed us to make tools to start our food and hunt. We have pretty similar structures. They do vastly different things. Now let's talk about two creatures, and they both have wings. This limb pattern is how they break the laws of physics. One bone, two bones, many bones, digits. This limb pattern applies to every single vertebrate, except for birds. Their bones are changed to make them more lightweight. Their bones are hollow to make them more light. It helps them with their ability to take flight. And for bats, they have small bones to make them lighter. They have long bones to support their wings and fly higher. An embryo is when an egg with life begins to grow. All vertebrates look the same when they were just an embryo. In the stage, we had gill arches. They were pretty much just bumps. But as we developed, we no longer had these lumps. For fish, they became gills to help them breathe. When they're in the water, gills are what they need. For us, they became the jaw, voice box, and an ear. It helps humans chew food, communicate, and also hear. For birds, it developed into the hyoid structure. It helps them extend their tongue whenever they hunger. DNA. It makes us who we are. All living things share it, which is kind of bizarre. What if we all shared a common ancestor? A species where we all descended from. Maybe that's the answer. And then life just diverged. We all became more distinct, but we still have the same limb pattern. We still have that sync. A gene is a small section of DNA. It codes for proteins that makes up who you are today. Sonic Hedgehog is a gene, and it's found in every vertebrate. As an embryo, this gene decides the number of digits. That's why we have 5 fingers, but it doesn't mean 5 is the limit. You know, as humans, we have evolved pretty far. We went from having stone tools to having phones and driving cars. The form of Magnum, it's a hole in a skull that connects to a spine. That's why I walk upright. The hole became more centered over time. Thanks to this, we can run and our hands can just be free so that we can do other things like hunting or carrying. Over time, the human brain size had a huge increase. It allowed us to team with other humans and make peace. This brain growth also led to making advanced tools. We built cities and buildings, aquariums and schools. It led to farming. A sustainable food source, humans thrived. They also discovered fire to cook and see at night. It's crazy how we can do all this because of our hands. It took millions of years, but the change was grand. It all started with fins to help the Tiktaalik swim, and for amphibians, for them to move, they had limbs. For reptiles and mammals, they had developed paws. It helped them crawl and run. Some could even climb with claws. Primates have hands like ours to help them climb trees. They don't have thumbs, their hands are like hooks to help them swing with ease. Our hands have muscles and nerves to help us do all sorts of things, to help us draw, create, or write a song to sing. Adaptations. Humans have changed for the better quite a bit. Turtles adapted shells to make them more fit for their habitat. It provided support when they dig, because a dry environment, that was where they used to live. They stayed underground, and the shells kept them protected. To help them survive and reproduce, their trait was selected. Black bears have short curved claws to climb tall trees, so that they can escape from predators easily. They live in the forest, so this trait was very useful. One of the coolest traits, if I was being truthful. So you see, little Timmy, we relate to lots of things. We share the Tiktaalik as a common ancestor, you see.